What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the 12 days of Wolfmas. This is day number 7. We're currently up over $3,800 and I'm giving it all away to you guys, the subscribers. All you have to do to be eligible is like the video, be a subscriber of the channel, and stay tuned to the end where I give you a keyword to use in a sentence down in the comments. As for today, it's the last Bahamas video. I was brought out here by WSOP and GG to make some content, and I got 2 Wolfmas days out here. We're gonna hop into the 2-5 game, run it up, make some money for you guys, and then give it all away. Stay tuned to the end, drop a comment, and let's get right into the action. Let's go! I hop into the 2-5 here in the Bahamas for $1,000. First hand, look down at King Queen of Diamonds from the cutoff. I make it $15 to go, and the button and the big blind are my 2 customers. And we see a monochrome board which comes Jack 8 for all clubs. Being in between 2 players is one negative, and then all 3 clubs on board and I have the opposite suit is another negative. So I'm going to start with a check. The button checks behind, bringing in the 3 of clubs on the turn. A little bit of the same here. The action checks through to the 7 of clubs river. And when we think about our ranges, I probably will have more of the ace and king of clubs in my hand. So let's try to get these players off a chop. No one seems interested in the $97, and I know $97 will mean something to my subscribers, so I throw 50 bucks out there, and look at that. Both players fold their cards. I surely got this one through, and we're taking down the first hand of the night. 1,000 in my stack, ace queen offsuit from the cutoff. Under the gun makes it 15. I 3-bet him to 45. Pretty standard stuff so far. A little bit unstandard is the big blind cold calling the $45. Under the gun defense is $15 open, and we are going 3 ways off to the flop. The flop's good for my range. It comes king 8-6. However, under the gun could still have 8-6 suited, pocket 8s and pocket 6s. I have no idea what the big blind has. Maybe a hand like pocket 9s or pocket 10s. King 10 and king jack suited also makes some sense from the big blind. Action checks over to me. I'm going to find out where I'm at. If we can get some folds here from hands like pocket 7s or pocket 5s, that is a huge win. $75 is my feeler bet, so to speak. And the under the gun puts in the call, so not great news. We're going to have to battle on some turns. He checks it over to me, and I decide to check it behind here. I think his action on the river is going to be pretty telling as to what kind of hand he has. When I check behind and the river comes the 3 of hearts, the opponent checks it now for a 3rd time, and I think I make a pretty massive mistake here by not going for a bet. Instead, I check it down thinking that I beat a bunch of hands like Queen Jack suited, Jack 10 suited, a lot of those kind of hands, but instead of just checking it back here, I probably should throw in like a $125 bet and try to get some pocket pairs to fold like 9s, 10s, all of that good stuff. If they call us, so be it, but I got to put them to the test. I check behind here and he shows 9-6 of clubs. Definitely a hand that would have folded to a river bet, but because I couldn't put more money in the middle, he's going to take down this $300 pot. My apologies, subscribers. My apologies in this one. The poker gods have had enough of these mediocre hands. We have upgraded to pocket queens, and I make it $15 to go. 2 callers over to the big blind who says, no way, Jose, we're not playing for $15. He makes it $90. I decide just to put in the call instead of 4-betting. The villain in the big blind hadn't been too aggressive, and sure, this looks like a squeeze spot all day. But I'm going to call here in position on the big blind. And that's going to bring in the small blind as well. We are going 3 ways to the flop. I put the double mudkip action on my cards, 1 for each of the queens. And let's see what kind of flop we get from the dealer here. 5-4-3. We flop ourselves an overpair. I'm in the under the gun position, but I'm last to act, which is pretty rare. Small blind and big blind both are before me, and the big blind fires out for 125. I'm going nowhere with my overpair, but I think raising here makes absolutely no sense. Can't be raising, have to let him keep bluffing with ace king, ace queen. If a deuce comes on the turn, so be it. We're going to put in the 125, and the small blind has other ideas. Goes for the check jam, such a strong play. I mean, sure, they could have hand like 5-6 for an open-ended straight draw, but I think more often than not, it's a set, maybe a hand like ace deuce suited. Yeah, sets and two pairs make a lot of sense. Now what the big blind decides to do here is going to give me a lot of information, and when he puts in the call, let's go over some quick math. I'm getting around 4.4 to 1 on a call here. Only have to put in around $270 to win a pot of $14.70. I only need 18% equity, which I think honestly I might have with queens here. Although when the big blind calls, he still could have kings and aces having me smoked. So for that reason, I go with my read in this one and fold my cards, knowing that we will see both hands is pretty cool. And look at that, small blind shows the 6 of clubs, and the big blind turns over pocket aces. So thank me down in the comments. I made a great fold. If we spike a queen on the turn or river, so be it. We made a good fold when it mattered. The turn and river are bricks. The small blind mucks her hand. And the villain in the big blind wakes up with aces. And honestly, I feel like I should have given him a little bit more money. Next hand, ace queen offsuit from under the gun. I make it 15. The +2 puts in the call, and the cutoff now makes it $60. I put in the call, and the +2 does as well. We're going 3 ways to the flop, which comes 8-8-3. I start with a check, and the action checks over to the cutoff, who fires out for $60. I make a disciplined fold here with my ace high, and that's going to end that hand. Bringing us into the next one, though, where we look down at the exact same hand, but the suited variety, ace queen of clubs, and I decide to 3-bet Dave from the low jack to $50. Dave has other ideas. He comes in for the 4-bet to $175, and 4-bets are just so strong, but my hand is beautiful. Ace queen of clubs, it's a premium. I decide to defend my 3-bet, putting in the call. Off to a flop we go, which might get me into some trouble because it comes queen 10-4 with 1 club. We flop top. In position on Dave, we get to see him act first, and his wager is 125, going absolutely nowhere. I put in the call, never raising in the spot. He could still have kings and aces, and he also could have a hand like pocket 10s or queen 10 suited. So just putting in the call here, we're off to the turn, which comes the 7 of diamonds. Really shouldn't change too much in respect to both of our ranges. So when he jams for 250, I can't be calling the flop to fold this turn. I put in the snap call, and of course he shows me kings. So we are in rough shape here. $1,100 pot, and I got to spike an ace or a queen on the river, which comes, bang, the dealer puts out the queen of hearts. $1,100 pot was going to Dave before that nasty river card. And look at that, we're taking it down. And I guess you can call me Wolfgang the River Rat. Let's go!
I'm giving away all the money I make.
Merry Wolfmas, everybody! As you already know, I'm picking 7 lucky winners to split the profits of my 12 days of poker. But I have a special announcement that will be sure to sweeten the deal to make you want to enter. Champions Card Club in Houston has graciously offered to pay for all 7 winners' flights and hotel stays, where each of you will receive your winnings as a buy-in on the Champions Club live stream. That's right, a round-trip flight, 2-night hotel stay, and your first buy-in on the Champions 2-5 live stream, all covered for free. Oh, and did I mention you'll be playing against me, Wolfgang, on the live stream? That's right, all of you who keep commenting that you take my money at the poker table, well, now it's your time to step up to the felt. Remember, in order to enter, you need to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment the keyword I give at the end of the video. Good luck and happy holidays. I feel absolutely no shame in taking down that last pot. This next hand we look down at 6-7 of diamonds from the hijack. I open to 15, 3 callers, off to a flop we go, which comes 10-8-3 with 2 diamonds. We flop ourselves a gutter to a straight flush, a pretty nice hand to have. I start with a half pot size bet of $30, and the button means to call, but tosses in $55 instead of $30, kind of a misclick there. And yeah, it's going to have to be a raise to $60, and I'm going nowhere for that price. Turn comes the 5 of clubs, which now gives me an open-ended straight draw to go with my gutter to the straight flush. So yeah, picking up more equity on this turn, if that's even possible. Now normally when you get raised on the flop, you're just going to check the turn over to the in-position raiser. However, because the raise wasn't really a raise, he just meant to call and misclicked, I still feel like I have the betting lead in this hand, so I fire out for $80 with my 7 high. The villain on the button decides to put in the call once again, and bang, the river card comes the 4 of diamonds. We river the flush. Kind of funny because we river the 7-high flush, but we also river the straight. Flush obviously beats a straight. That's a pro tip for you guys there. Thank me later for that one. I jam my entire stack all in, covering him. It's around $250 effective, and he makes a very disciplined fold. Folding queen 10 of clubs. Wow, what a soul read there. He folds top pair with the queen kicker. We're taking on that $600 pot, but I feel like I left $250 there on the table. No fear, pocket kings is here. I decide to 3-bet an under the gun open, and he puts in the call. Off to a flop we go, which comes jack 10, 6, all hearts. Check my cards. I do in fact have the king of hearts in my hand, which is pretty great. The action goes check, check on the flop. When the turn comes the 7 of spades, gotta make up for missed bets on the flop. I fire out for $75. The villain under the gun puts in the call, and the river card comes the 4 of diamonds. I need to go large here on the river and get maximum value from any jack. I like a sizing of around 200 to 250. So of course, in real time, I go way too small for 125. I guess I'm trying to target a 10 as well. He snap calls me with a jack. I turn over my kings. Easy game, taken down 525, let's go. Last hand of the night, we're going to play against Quentin, a vlog watcher. He raises it up to $60 over a button straddle and a call. I decided to 3-bet him to 175 and he defends. So yeah, we're off to a flop here, an already bloated pot, which comes queen 8-5. In position on Quentin is nice, so when he checks it over to me, I am going to go for a c-bet of 150, and Quentin puts in the call. Of course, he's going to have a lot of queens here, but he also could have jacks, could have 9s or 10s, all of that good stuff. Maybe even ace-king suited, not wanting to fold to 1-bet. So when he puts in the call and the turn comes the 10 of spades, he checks over to me, and I decide to check behind here, even though I have picked up equity to Broadway. Any jack on the river would give me the straight. Having the ace of spades in my hand is sort of relevant because I'm blocking a lot of his draws I'd want him to have, such as ace 5 of spades, ace king of spades he can't have anymore. Thereby, he's a little bit more weighted to pocket 10s, jacks, king, queen, ace, queen, all of that good stuff. Checking behind on the turn brings in a board pairing 10 of clubs, to which Quentin says, screw it, we are going all in, rips his entire stack in the middle and puts me to the test. Nearly pot-sized bet here, 675. And even though I just have ace high, what bluffs do I beat here? I mean, I guess king jack, but what king jacks are going to float the flop? Well, I guess the spade, club, and heart variety. Other than that, not too many other bluffs. Maybe pocket 9s or pocket 7s might want to try to bluff me off a better hand. Seems a little bit ambitious, so I decide to fold my cards. It's a good thing I did because he later told me he had 9-10 of diamonds. I'm really wondering now if my turn bet would have gotten through, especially if I went for a jam. It might have, but I guess we will never know. That last hand in the books, we rack up our chips, head over to the cage, exchanging them for some cold hard cash, and now without further ado, let's bring it to the outro to see how we did. Wrapping up day 7, I won again, $202, bringing our total to $40.59. I passed $4,000. I'm so happy to say I'm giving it all away to you guys. 5 more sessions to go. I'm going to pick 7 winners. And then what's going to happen, we're going to fly you guys down to Houston, put you up for 2 nights, and divide the prize pool evenly amongst the 7 winners and give that to you as a buy-in for a live stream at Champions Club down in Houston. Myself and my editor Lucas will be in attendance, making a lot of fun content and doing a meetup game the next day. It's going to be a pretty crazy time. In order to be eligible, you have to like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment down below a time that you made a big fold, or a time that you watch someone make a big fold. That's the only thing you need to do in this video. Huge shout out to my poker coach Alvin. All of his links are down below, including the links to my Pocket 7s hat. Get them while they're still hot. I'll catch you tomorrow in day 8 when it comes onto your YouTube newsfeed. Click on it, engage with the video, and I'll see you at the end of the series. But as for now, Wolfmas Day 7 out. Peace.
Is that Wolfgang Poker?